what is the deal with the Broscience of being keto? In case you're new to this channel, I'm Slick Nick, your personal keto bro. And that's what this channel is all about. See, I glory in the fact that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. I have zero credibility. I mean, imagine, who am I? Some guy in Tennessee who has over 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, I have a lot of people watch my videos, but that doesn't mean that I know anything. I clearly begin each video by explaining that I am experimenting on myself, not to prove that you should do keto. Do I care if you do keto? Of course not. I'm a libertarian. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you eat. It's your life. This is about me, not you. This is me experimenting on myself to entertain you and to give you some insight on what would it be like if an actual human being said, I'm just gonna do this thing and see what happens. What's funny is I just finished shooting my video on my last thing I eat every day, which is just full of fat. Man, all that yogurt, walnuts, coconut, got some unsweetened chocolate in there, cacao. You know, so many calories. Why don't I just eat this while I make the video? So yeah, it's Broscience. It's interesting because I'm a person who is counting calories. Like literally, get out my notepad, journal. I would add a journal, and for like 3 weeks straight, kept up with it. And granted, I kept losing weight. It was working. I was averaging around 1850 calories, 1,850 around there a day, and it worked. But what I found is I was carb backloaded. I was putting on my carbs at the end of the day to make sure I had enough protein. And what I noticed was that, well, it's actually, this is a formula that works. And when you really look at the Keto Macros, which arguably we could say 70% of your food per day comes from fat, about 25 comes from protein, and about 5% from carbs, you could say. I mean, for me, it's keeping it between 25 and 50 grams of carbohydrates a day. And the whole concept too, as I explained in my original video, it's about not triggering your insulin so that your body really can't store fat all day. And then finally at the end of the day, like it is for me right now, I'm having some blueberries in my yogurt here, and along with the half a sweet potato that I ate at dinner too. That's pretty much my carbohydrates, other than what's going to be in the vegetables. But I eat vegetables that don't really have a whole lot in them. I had some Brussels sprouts at dinner. I had a huge salad at lunch. But it's very easy for me to stay under this. The concept is I'm able to hack the science. That for legitimate trainers out there, they don't like these videos unless they're keto. They don't like my videos, and I know that. There's a reason keto is controversial. It is a new way of doing things. It flips the food pyramid on its head. It reverses it. And it's basically saying, government, I don't really trust you with my health. I don't feel like you've done a really good job with it. You told people that they should be getting the majority of their nutrition from grains, and actually that's going to keep their insulin triggered all the time. So for me, I'm rebelling against the government. And that's Broscience. That is Broscience. People will try to say, yeah, well, look at this article. And I don't give credibility to the government or even the medical field as far as my nutrition goes. They've already failed too many times. So for me, I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm not telling people that they should do what I do. Maybe you shouldn't do it. I don't care if you do it or not. I'm going to do it. It's going to be exciting. Can you imagine how much fun we're going to have this year watching me do these videos? I mean, imagine, what if I actually became unhealthy by doing this? Maybe. So far, it's been great. And almost choked on a walnut, and I feel great. I feel great. I had made a comment to someone, it was funny, earlier today someone left a comment saying they unsubscribed to my videos because I said that I get my fuel from fat, which is true. Is that on my list here, the 5 pillars of keto, filling up on fat and fiber is the first thing. Your body can use carbohydrates as fuel, but what if you deprive it of that and make it run on fat instead? It's more efficient, that's what happens. So I am wider awake, I have more focus. It's funny because what I do in the real world for my job, I'm in recruiting, which is basically sales. And there's like 40 or 50 of us. Well, for the year 2020, I was the number 4, the top 4th performer of the whole company for that. And what's funny is, for most of those months, I wasn't eating anything until after 1 or 2 o'clock every day. I was already doing this intermittent fasting thing and really just focusing on fat in the first half of the day. So I'm telling you for a fact, I think better, I'm more effective, and I'm also doing my workouts I wake up 5:30, black coffee with some MCT oil, 6 a.m., to the gym for an hour, come back, walk 2 or 3 miles, and then I get to work. I do all of that, black coffee and MCT oil. And then I don't have anything else until usually 11 a.m. Then I have my keto coffee, which I'll make it a separate video to show you what I'll put in the keto coffee. But basically, black coffee, cocoa, which basically has essentially no carbohydrates in it, unsweetened, and MCT oil and butter with fat, lots of fat, and some calories for sure, a couple hundred of fat, cayenne, cinnamon. I do that, and that keeps me easily over until 1 o'clock. I do my apple cider vinegar, and then I don't even eat my first meal until usually after 2 o'clock. So this has been my life. This is what I've been doing. I'm experiencing it. Not only do I feel better, but also I'm not counting calories, which is heresy for any trainer to hear that, and unless they're keto. And in addition to not counting calories, and in addition to feeling better, I'm continuing to trim down. So some will say, well, you can't do this long term. Okay, so watch me, I guess, because I'm planning to do this until I see some kind of reason why I shouldn't. But see, here's the thing, we have to keep this in mind. With all this being said, I'm not telling anyone to follow my instruction. Again, this is me experimenting on myself. I'm that kind of person where I'm not just going to take someone's word for it, especially when it comes to the government. I do not trust the people who gave us that pyramid. It's upside down, dude. I do not trust the medical institution that wants to keep giving people drugs instead of saying, hey, why don't we change your diet? I think because a lot of people don't want that as an option. I do. I am a type 1 Enneagram personality. Have you heard of that? Enneagram personality? It means I am motivated by finding my version of truth. I completely question what I'm told is my reality. I'm totally red pill. So it makes sense. I'm the kind of guy who would test this keto thing out on myself, as I've been doing. It's not like I just started on New Year's Day. I've been doing this. It's just that now I'm stricter than ever on it. I'm staying under that 50 grams of carbohydrates a day, between 25 and 50. So I'm still getting those carbohydrates in, but just enough in getting a whole lot of fat in. Your comments are right here. Man, I need to drink some water.